Gina Mizell back here at Boone Pickens Stadium with former Cowboy defensive end Richetti Jones, our OSU Insider this season, talking about Oklahoma State's loss to Kansas State this past Saturday and looking ahead to what we think is going to be a very interesting game against West Virginia. But before we get to that, let's talk about the game in Manhattan on Saturday. Cowboys lose 44-30. Lots of turnovers, lots of mistakes. What did you most take away from that game? What do you think was the deciding factor in that contest?
Well, turnovers. The turnovers, they killed the Cowboys. On special teams, they didn't play too well on special teams, and we had a few fumbles, interceptions, a pick six on offense, and basically it was just turnovers that really killed the Cowboys. They had a legit chance to win the game. They played great for the most part, but the turnovers killed them. And when you don't win the turnover battle, you lose games.
Absolutely. Now looking ahead to this game against West Virginia here at Boone Pickens Stadium at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. Lots of familiar faces coming back to Boone Pickens Stadium. Dana Holgorsen, Coach Gillespie, Joe DeForest, Andrew McGee, even a former Cowboy cornerback as a graduate assistant. What do you expect this is going to be like on Saturday? Just because these two teams and a lot of these coaches know each other very, very well.
This game has to be a Rolodex for the offense and the defense. You have Coach Gillespie, you have Coach Holgorsen. We're basically still running the Coach Holgorsen's offense here at OSU with a few tweaks. And you have Coach Gillespie, he was a running back coach here. So they know the offense inside and out. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you have Coach DeForest, who's assistant defensive coordinator here with Coach Young. He was here last year. And you have Andrew McGee. He played in the defense, so these guys know everything about the offense and the defense that the Cowboys are going to run. So I think you're going to see a Rolodex performance on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it should be really, really interesting. Now, West Virginia obviously came in this season a top 10 team. Yeah. Geno Smith was pretty much given the Heisman Trophy in September. Now they've lost 3 games in a row, kind of come limping into Boone Pickens Stadium. But let's start with the offense. Obviously, it's struggled a little bit as of late, but they still have Geno Smith. They've got a lot of firepower. What makes them so tough to defend?
Well, their offense. Coach Holgorsen's offense is one of a kind. It's the elite offense in the country. Everybody is basing their offense off of Coach Holgorsen's formula around the country. And right now, no one can figure out the spread. And he's turned the spread into a powerhouse offense. But eventually, defenses will learn how to stop the spread like they learned how to stop the wishbone in years previous. But right now, nobody can stop it. So that's going to be the biggest factor. But what a lot of people don't realize is Oklahoma State and West Virginia, they're really matched. They're really even when it comes to offense because in the country, OSU, they're number 2 nationally in passing offense, and West Virginia, they're number 5 in the country passing. But the difference is going to be with the running game. Our running game is the top running game in the Big 12 right now, and Joseph Randall's the leading running back in the Big 12. So that's going to be the deciding factor when it comes to the offense.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, West Virginia has struggled defensively this season. What have you, I don't know how much you've seen them play this season, but what have you just seen that maybe, is it just that they weren't ready for Big 12 offenses? Is there something scheme-wise or talent-wise that you're seeing? What's been the key to their struggles on that side of the football?
They just can't stop anybody. That's what it is in a nutshell. They just cannot stop anybody. The Big 12 is a big physical conference, and some teams like to pound the rock and some teams like to throw it a lot. And they're just not adapting and adjusting to the Big 12 football right now.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned Joseph Randall in the running game. Any other player or matchup or something that sticks out to you that you should watch in this game?
Well, the Cowboys, they got a pretty good dose of Colin Klein this past weekend, but I feel he didn't run the ball as efficiently as he did against everyone else. But you have Geno Smith. He's a much better runner than Colin Klein. He has more speed. He's more elusive. So I'm ready to see how he'll go against the Cowboy defense running wise.
All right, now as we do every week, what's your final score prediction for this game?
Well, like I said, it's going to be a Rolodex performance, play calling wise on both sides of the ball for West Virginia and Oklahoma State. So I think it's going to be a pretty high scoring game because, for one, West Virginia's defense, they can't really stop anybody. And with our running game and with our offense, they're going to put up points. And West Virginia, they have the same offense that we run. So it's going to be a shootout. So I'm looking at a 37-45 type deal in the favor of the Cowboys.
All right, you heard it here first. For Richetti Jones, I'm Gina Mizell. Again, Oklahoma State takes on West Virginia here at Boone Pickens Stadium on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. But until then, stick with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.